Hi, welcome to Doily Designs. Today we're going to talk about the Magic Flower Pencil Topper pattern and do a tutorial here. You can choose whatever colors you want for your flower, and there's 3 different flowers to choose from in the pattern. And these are great because they come on and off, and you can put them on a pencil or a pen, and it's a very versatile pattern that you can make it your own. So we'll get started today with an F hook and the colors of your choice, and we'll start with the center flower color, and we're going to do a magic ring, chain 1, after you have your chain 1 in your magic ring, you're going to do 5 single crochet in your magic ring. Untwist your tail and pull your magic ring and slip stitch join in the first single crochet. I like to count backwards and not use stitch markers. You could use stitch markers if that makes it easier, and then make sure your magic ring is firmly but gently pulled shut. You don't want that coming loose. You could anchor it at this point and weave it in if you like. Now we're going to do a single crochet in that same space and 2 single crochet in the next space. And then 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet. And 1 last single crochet. And then we'll join in that first single crochet. Again, you can count backwards if you like, or you could use a stitch marker. I'm looking for 7 stitches, and I'll join in that 7th stitch, which is my first single crochet. And we'll do 1 more round. You could stop here if you want your little flower center to be shorter, or you can go on for another round. The difference is that you can see the green sometimes, not in this one. I don't have an example. So the longer it is, the less green you'll see. If you kind of like that look on certain flowers, you might want that, so you can make it shorter. But now we're just do 7 single crochet around. I am not an amigurumi crocheter. Okay. Less talking, more crocheting. And at this point too, you might want to flip it right side because it's going to make it a lot easier to work into those stitches there. I think we're on 4. Okay, I'm going to double check my stitches, but I think that's 7. Nope, I need 2 more. So now once you have your 7 stitches, you can slip stitch. Oh, I still don't have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Always count your stitches. So now once I have my 7, I can slip stitch join, and then I'm going to change to my green here. And to do that, I'm just going to drape that yarn over and pull it through because I don't want a lot of knots in this. And then I'm going to crochet over those tails. So I'll do a single crochet in that same space and anchor those down. And then a single crochet in each space around. This one should be way easier to count with the color contrast. And it appears, no, I didn't. Okay, I thought I picked up an extra stitch, and we'll slip stitch join in that first single crochet, and we'll just continue doing single crochets until we want a flower or a leaf or a point. So I'm going to do a leaf here. Why not? So to do a leaf, there's 2 different leaves as well. There's the larger leaf and the smaller leaf. And for the smaller leaf, we'll do a chain 4 and then slip stitch in the second space. And now single crochet in the next and half double crochet in the next. And now you just slip stitch back into your work. Oh, no, it says move to the other side of your work. Okay, so we want our strand to go behind. So now just move to the other side, and then we'll chain 2 and half double crochet in that same space. And now single crochet in the next, and slip stitch. And then we'll just do a little picot here with chain 2 and slip stitch in the second chain. Oops, so green keeps splitting. And then slip stitch back in your leaf in that same space. I'm making this look way harder than it really is. Okay, now top slip stitch down the middle of your leaf. Okay, now slip stitch back into your green, and that's one leaf, and you can add these anywhere along the way that you'd like, and you'll just keep single crocheting around and adding leaves as like I said, as you like. I'm going to put some on the other side, just a couple right over here. So I'm going to do a big leaf. I'm going to do chain 5 and slip stitch and single crochet and half double crochet, and then we'll double crochet and chain 2 and slip stitch back in that same space and turn to the other side of our chain. Again, make sure the yarn goes under the leaf and chain 2. Double crochet in that same space. Half double crochet in the next space. Single crochet. And slip stitch. And then picot with chain 2, slip stitch in the second chain, and slip stitch back in that same space. Again, slip stitch back in that same space. I'm thinking about how I'm notorious for saying things wrong. I probably said that wrong. Keep meaning to look it up. Okay, now slip stitch down the center of your leaf, down the vein. My leaf's a little wonky, but that's okay because these are, supposed to be personalized and unique flowers for that special pencil topper. And again, my green keeps splitting, making this very difficult. It is a beautiful green though. This is the Hobby Lobby Jelly Bean green. Okay, then we'll slip stitch back into there, and I want to add another small leaf here, so I'm going to do chain 4, slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet after that, and chain 2 and slip stitch in the same space. Now again, moving our yarn behind our leaf to the other side of our chain, chain 2, half double crochet in that same space, and then single crochet and slip stitch. And I wanted to show y'all too that you don't have to do that picot, if that's correct pronunciation. You could just stop here and do a slip stitch back to your flower base. I lost it, the center. I'll just do that top slip stitch back to that same space, and then just continue your single crochet around. Now for those where we've put a leaf, we're gonna have to do we'll go into that, but it can be really hard, and then kind of chain 1 and skip over it and go into that next space. Make sure to get all the stitches, not just one loop. One loop will not be stable enough to hold this. So I keep going into either 3 or only 1. So I'm going to just completely Oh, I was catching the side. Okay, there we go. I was going into the side. I had to pull that up so that I was going into the top of the row there. Now I'm working into the top. It's much easier. And again, I'm going to just go into the bottom. Into the bottom where my leaf is, and if I need to, I'll chain 1 and I can work into those chain 1 spaces on the next round. So I'm going to skip both of those leaves and just go into this next single crochet. And continue single crocheting. This is why I'm not a fan of amigurumi. It's really hard for me. A lot of my patterns you will find are chunky crochet. But this is a very special pattern. This is the magic flower. Woohoo! We're really excited. Okay, so I put 2 single crochet in the same space. Oh, that's our chain 1. So when we get to our chain 1, we just do a single crochet and move on to the next single crochet. So the spaces are easier to find. Hey, not this one. That's my chain 1, and again, I just want to go around that chain 1 space and then into the next single crochet. I'll do a single crochet in the chain 1 space and then just continue single crochets and single crochets around. And add leaves sporadically wherever you would like, or don't. Make your stem as long or as short as you would like. Well, there's a point where it's too short, but even this might be just fine. But as you can see, I've made them pretty short. And I've also made some long ones, so you can do either way. And add your leaves. There's a few bigger leaves you could add, but I didn't want my leaves to be overwhelming. But since y'all get the idea of this, we're going to move to the flower. The actual flower part. And I'll show y'all all 3 of those, I guess. So the rose flower is it begins with a magic ring, and make sure on none of these magic rings you close them until you're absolutely ready. So do not close your magic ring is the point. So make your magic ring, chain 1. I'm nervous, I'm so excited. Okay, and we'll do 12 to 14 single crochet. You could actually do more, and I'm going to do 14 at least here. So 2, 3. All right. I'm going to twist my tail and pull it just a little bit, but not a lot. Okay. Now I'm going to turn, and I'm going to do... Now see, I'm dyslexic, so I'm not sure if this is going to be the outside. So we're going to call it the back loop. In the outside, we're going to work a slip stitch into that one back loop. Okay. And then we'll chain 1. And we'll half double crochet in the same space. Just that back loop. All of these are going to be all these stitches on this round will be worked in that back loop only. So we've done our half double crochet. Now we're going to chain 1 and we're going to slip stitch in the next back loop space. And we're going to half double crochet in that same space, chain 1, and slip stitch into the next space. Correct? Yes. Oops, I lost my thread. So I've slip stitched into that back loop space, and now I'm going to half double crochet in the same space, chain 1, and slip into that next back loop space. Half double crochet in that same space, chain 1, and slip into the next. Half double in the same, chain 1, and slip in the next. And repeat that across. And once we get to the end, we'll just slip stitch in that last space. So we are doing a half double, chain 1, and then slip in that end space. And now we're going to turn to this other side of that chain and work in those stitches in the front loop only side of the chain, and we'll slip stitch over into that first one, and we will chain 2 and double crochet in the same space, and double crochet in the next space, and chain 2 and slip stitch in that same space. Now we'll chain 2, half double crochet in that same space, and half double crochet in the next back loop, front loop. Chain 2, slip in the same. Chain 2, half double crochet in that same space, half double crochet in the next back loop, front loop, the next loop, and chain 2 and slip back in that same space. And repeat this around. So it's the same. And next, chain 2 and slip. And we're almost around, and we're just repeating that sequence of chain 2, double crochet, and then double crochet in the next space, chain 2, slip stitch in that same space, chain 2, double crochet in that same space, double crochet in the next space, chain 2, slip stitch in that same space, chain 2, double crochet in that same space, double crochet in that next space, and I think we have one more. This one's really fluffy. I'm not sure this is the rose. And our last one, we'll do a double crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch. And you can fasten off here. And so now that we've left our magic ring open, we can take our base that we made. I'm actually going to show y'all on this one. So you saw that I had that right. Well, guess what? It's not attached. It was a magic ring that I hadn't closed. So I can take my flowers. This is the magic part. And you can try different flowers on. And, oh, yeah, like I said, I think I mixed 2 flowers. I'll have to check in the pattern there for the different flowers you can make. This was supposed to be a daisy. And there's different sizes. I'm going to make another one with y'all real quick. And different flowers. This does not look like a daisy though. But you get the idea, and then you kind of just need to close your magic ring around your base and weave your end. I think this is the carnation. I was winging it because my computer shut down. I can't see my pattern there. So the carnation, and then there's, let's see, I can't remember. I wanted more of a daisy. The hardest one, I think, is the carnation, the poinsettia. It's just a bunch of slip stitches. See, okay. So you get the idea of how to make the magic flower pencil toppers, and you can, here, let me try it on that one. The one we made. So you've got your pencil topper, and then you just take your magic ring, your magic flower, and you put it on your topper. Your little leaves peek out. All right, we'll go ahead and do a daisy. So we'll do another magic ring and chain 1. And 14 single crochet. Untwist your tail and pull your magic ring a little bit, but do not close it. And slip stitch into that back loop, the second back loop. Now we're going to chain 1, 2, and half double crochet in that same space, and chain 2, slip stitch in the next space, and chain 2 and half double crochet, chain 2 and slip in the next. And we're working back loops only in this round. This is just one of many flowers in the pattern. And if I don't like the way this flower is looking, I could certainly pick a different flower. I'm going for daisy here. So I think I might have to switch. Because it's still not looking quite like the daisy I want it to. And then slip stitch in the next back loop. Or it may even just be too big. Yeah, not looking like the daisy I want it to. So there's the simplest one. We'll go ahead and just do that one. We're going to do a chain 4 and slip in that same space. Slip into the next space and chain 4. Slip in that same space. Slip in the next space and chain 4. And just repeat this across. We're just slipping, chaining 4, and slip back in the same space. And then slip in the next, and repeat it. I forgot to slip into the next. And this would be our last petal. Now we're going to turn and work in the front loop only. And my first front loop is there. And I will slip stitch into it, and now I'll chain 5 and slip stitch in the same space. And I'll check and see if my petals are going to be big enough. And I'll slip in the next space, chain 5. You could actually do more petals here by doing in the same one. And then in the next. And in the same. And then in the next. 3, 4, 5. Or you could do the less petals where you slip into the bottom and slip into the next before you chain the 5. But I want more petals because I want a real daisy look. Okay, this one's not looking much like a daisy either. But we're still liking it, so we're going to keep going. I think this is the next. And this pattern, it's very forgiving. Don't feel like you're doing anything wrong unless, I mean, you're just having a real hard time. But flowers and all their flaws are still pretty. Okay, so I'm getting confused and I was working in, make sure you're working into that front loop only. Like that would have made a really funny looking flower. And I'll stop there with this last petal and that last chain and fasten off. And then I'll try this one on for y'all. It's a really fluffy one too. It's making fluffy flowers today. I don't seem to have a pen handy. Oh, here's one. Okay, so my trusty bag my mom gave me. I love it. It's a little craft bag with a bunch of pockets. Very handy to keep next to me. And we'll put our flower on and close it a little bit so y'all can see how this flower would look. So there you have your magic ring pencil topper flower pattern. And again, check the pattern for all the different flowers that you can make. You can make it in multiple colors. You could have changed colors for that next round and maybe change colors for that last round.